You guys, welcome. It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. I wanted to, first of all, if you're new here, welcome to our family. I wanted you to know, originally I named it One Big Impact because the reason for that is because maybe individually we all make a small impact, but together as a family, as a whole, and you guys sticking with me, we make one huge big impact. So, and that's with anything, whether you're doing weight loss or you're doing, trash cleanup, or you're trying to protect your environment, or whatever it is. Just remember that maybe you don't think what your actions are doing are necessarily making a huge impact, but your actions combined with other people's positive actions and stuff like that are always making a big impact. So remember that and don't ever forget it. That being said, we're going to start with number one. So number one, yes, I know it's not hugely professional. We're out here at South Mountain Regional Park in Phoenix, Arizona. And as you can see, hopefully, I'm trying to zoom in on myself. I just got some neat camera tricks, I hope. So I hope they're working. But that's downtown Phoenix over there. And this is a pretty high point. I had to get away from the crowd. It's a little bit better view over there. But honestly, you would have never heard me over all the children playing. So the first thing that I want to talk about is to never guess on nutrition facts. Now, a lot of you are saying, you know what, just yesterday I got a question about mayonnaise, and somebody said, they had some issues with some dressings being different than they had anticipated, and so she had a very good point that you have to focus on that type of thing, because you may think all tuna is created equal, but I promise you, all tuna does not have no carbs. So you definitely, if you start adding like sunflower or not horchata, but like any kind of hot sauces to it or something like that, you can get 1, 2, up to 5 carbs in some of those pre-made tuna packages. So be careful and always read what you're working with. Know what you're working with. Show me what you're working with. I'm just kidding. But don't guess. It's always better to read real quick. Once you become more familiar with the foods that you're acceptable to eat and allowed to eat, you'll be much better at, quote, not guessing, because you already know. The next thing, and I'm trying to be kind of loud because it's kind of breezy, and we're up here, I'm just making sure. Hopefully you can hear me good. The next thing is try not to get low carb restaurant foods to get you through your day. So say you're running late and you got to stop at Denny's or wherever, and you're like, you know what, I'll just pick something up on the way. And the problem with that is, yeah, you might be getting eggs and avocados and stuff like that, but these companies are basing their stuff off of special flavors. It's like if you got from Grandma Palsy, she makes a butter pecan pie, and your husband makes a butter pecan pie and it tastes like dog shit. Here's the thing, each person can make something, but they can use totally different ingredients, a total different path to get to that end point. And without knowing or having those nutrition facts exactly stated, with knowing what you're eating, you can't take the chance when you're in ketosis or the induction phase or phase 2 to think that you actually know what's going to be in that food, because chances are you really don't, and you could end up falling out of ketosis. Not only are you going to lose that day, but you're probably going to lose the 4 or 3 following days as well, trying to get back into it. And that could be stressful, and that could definitely, cause you to derail your plan. So be careful. Don't eat foods that are not nutrition fact labeled and everything. I am personally famous for this problem. I went to Venetia's, and not to shout them out on a bad way, but they have an amazing low carb bowl. Now it's called a low carb bowl because it's basically just meat, cheese, vegetables, and spaghetti sauce. Now normally if I were to make it at home, and I have, to see if I can make it just like them, clearly I can't. Mine tastes like crap compared to theirs. What I've noticed is it tastes really good. and they kept telling me, well, it's no carbs, maybe it's 5 carbs, and they couldn't tell me, and it drove me nuts. And I kept eating it, and it jumped me out of ketosis, and I wasn't sure why. Finally, they stated the nutrition facts, and the lowest carbohydrate one is 30 carbs. That's literally more than I was supposed to be eating in an entire day, and I thought that was going to be a meal supplement. Horrible plan, horrible idea. So be careful, unless each and every single thing is stated. I don't care if it's sauces, lemon powder, whatever it is, because you know just as well as I do, spices can have carbohydrates in them, so you got to be real careful with those kind of things, guys. The next thing is, I want you to tell the people. You're going to have a lot of people, and a lot of the times it's the older generation. They're going to say, you know what, I tried, and this is number 3, I tried Atkins in the 80s and it didn't work. It was ineffective, didn't work for me, and that's fine, I understand that, but the thing is that you need to understand is not only Atkins is that different, but times have changed, we've evolved. There's different products that are acceptable. There's more science that has been included in this, so that it's not the same as it was before. And even if it was, your goals are completely different from the next person's goals. You are unique to your way of doing things. The original Atkins may have worked perfectly fine for you, because honestly, it did for tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, and they've been able to keep the weight off. And they've just evolved with the diet and the way of life and the change of life as it came forward. So keep that in mind. You know, just take their information with a grain of salt. A lot of the times it'll be the skinny people that say, oh, that doesn't work. Well, and I'm nothing against people that are, you know, thin, because that's awesome. But what doesn't work for them may very well work for you. So keep that in mind. The next thing that I wanted to cover, oh, I just ripped my freaking list, is nothing tastes as good as being thin. Now, I'm 140 some odd pounds down, but I'm gonna tell you first and foremost, I'm not a thin guy even now. You may see me as that, and maybe I hear it a lot, but maybe I guess I just don't see it, but I'm still an over 200 pound guy, so I'm a good sized guy. But I will say, when I'm on point and I'm doing good and everything's going right, I will say nothing tastes as good as doing the right thing and feeling great about your body and being able to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm kicking ass, I'm doing great, this is going well. So don't make excuses for that. Be stronger than your excuses. I have the shirts that I offer, they're 20 bucks, and that's just a reminder. Wear that shirt maybe when you're working out, or maybe when you're feeling temptation. If you're feeling temptation, throw that shirt on, take a look at it and be like, you know what, I'm stronger than my excuses. I don't have to let these control me, because they're like buttholes. Everybody's got one, dude. Like, you could come up with 1 billion excuses, and I'm an Aries. I could come up with 1,000,000,005 excuses why your excuses are invalid. So there, it goes both ways. Just remember that you're something more than an excuse. You're here for a reason. You're here because, I wonder if you can hear can you hear that? There's like a firing military range at the bottom of this mountain, and I don't know, it's kind of faint, but I'm wondering if you guys can hear it. Just remember how strong you are. I appreciate you coming to this community. You guys, this is day 4. We're hovering around like 206 right now. I haven't weighed myself today, but I do want you to know that I'm counting on you, and this challenge is here to help not only beginners, but also long-time people that are in a plateau or having problems keeping in contact. I have a 7-day challenge. I'll also put a link to one of my videos in the 30-day challenge right here, and right here I will put a link to the 10-day challenge, and up here you can subscribe. So you guys, I want you to stay positive, stay strong. We're in day 4. We got 3 more days, and keep up the good work. You guys are amazing. You have no idea how much you mean. If you just joined us, please go check us out on Facebook. It's our group called Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. And remember to spread love, not hate. Peace.